Boxingego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. 1. Team Triple G now recants and switches it up regarding Canelo and his unscheduled, quote, Vada test. Stay tuned. What up, fight world? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing if you want to become part of the gang. Notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, and the Patreon family. We working. Shout out to the channel members. A lot of new stuff coming to the channel. Now, I figured I had to do a follow-up channel, or a follow-up video, excuse me, regarding this on the channel. And I did a video, and I really feel like my channel created this, like put a set of eyes and lenses on this situation. The reason being because the dialogue had already been exchanged. I seen nobody talking about it. After I made the video, per usual, a bunch of other, Instagram posts and, media outlets and websites started talking about this issue. Now, to give you guys a quick backstory, on Twitter, Tom Loeffler, who's Triple G's promoter, had a dialogue with just multiple people, and he made some statements that raised some eyebrows, and it basically sounded like he was insinuating that something fishy was going on with Vada, as there was some kind of canceled drug test that was scheduled, and as soon as I guess it was scheduled with Triple G, and as soon as Canelo, he asked for Canelo to have one too, and as soon as that was done, he made it sound like, as if all of the tests got canceled, like something fishy was going on. And I made a video about it. I talked verbatim. I showed the tweet and everything. Now it looks like that has come to bite Triple G's team in the rear end, because now they've kind of recanted and had to clarify earlier comments, and it's just, the whole thing is a mess in this crusade to try to get Canelo versus Golovkin 3. They've made themselves look like the bad guys. Now, I told you guys in the initial tweet, one of the guys that Tom Loeffler was responding to, it started with, like, let's say a regular fan having a conversation with a reporter, and then Tom Loeffler I guess follows the reporter and chimed in on the conversation. So that reporter, shout out to the website Boxinginsider.com, he wanted to get to the bottom of it. So it says ALVAREZ, Golovkin, and the drug testing story that never should have been, by Jake Donovan. So that's the guy that Tom Loeffler even told this story to, about how all of a sudden Canelo was set to be tested, and then all the tests got canceled. So the reporter did the research and contacted Vada directly to see what was happening, and this clears up what happened, because Vada explained that they didn't cancel anything. So here's like summarizing right here. This is about summarizing what Tom Loeffler said. Vada scheduled a random test for Triple G a week after the fight, Loeffler said on social media. I made sure that Canelo was also going to be tested. Next day, the random test was canceled. Strange that it was scheduled then canceled. Maybe Canelo was already in Mexico eating steaks, celebrating his quote-unquote decision. So with statements like that, it sounds like foul play. You talking? We all know Canelo got busted for clenbuterol, 2 failed tests, February 17th, February 20th, and you said he was eating steaks, and you're insinuating and alluding to all this, right? So once again, the reporter went straight to the source and talked to Vada, and that's where it starts. It says they eventually canceled test was initially scheduled by the Nevada State Athletic Commission, which has often contracted Vada for its testing needs. However, the decision to test both fighters that far after the fight was not made by Vada, as Golovkin's specific obligation to the program ended on fight night, right? Tom Loeffler's tweets regarding Golovkin ALVAREZ testing are not correct, end quote, from Margaret Goodman, who is like the president or whatever of Vada. And then she told the Boxinginsider.com via email in response to the conversation. Quote, Vada tested both fighters many times leading up to their rematch and post-fight. Mr. Canelo Alvarez remains in Vada's year-round testing program and subject to testing. Quote, Golovkin's program ended September 15, 2018. The commission initially requested that we arrange to test both fighters again, since many fighters travel after an event, and as Golovkin was no longer in Vada, we confirmed his whereabouts. However, soon after the confirmation, the commission changed their decision, right? The decision, as well as Goodman's take, were both subsequently confirmed by Golovkin's side while offering its best efforts to walk back such comments. So basically, this is a big fat L for, Canelo gave Golovkin the first L, in the ring. And this is an L, as far as I'm concerned, in terms of what was done here. So everything will be linked up in the description so you guys can see. I did the video about the first tweet. Here's why it's an L. Because Tom Loeffler, first of all, you got to understand social media is powerful. New media is powerful, and I told you new media was coming. We're not going to just accept just whatever is being said. That's how boxing was ran for years, but new media is in the game now. Now you got people asking questions. If they remember you saying thing A and then now you're saying something different, people are going to start questioning more and more. You can't just loosely suggest things and not show receipts, in other words, right? And anytime you have to backtrack from what you initially said, it's basically an L. Because you try to make it, Tom Loeffler, Golovkin's promoter, made it seem and made it appear as if something underhanded was going on. And that Canelo, the way he did it, and this is why you got to be careful on social media. I'm the king of social media. I've built a whole empire and branded myself from social media. That's why you have to be careful what you say. Tom Loeffler, this is the quote unquote backtracking. He says, I have never discredited Vada. We have insisted on Vada testing for all the Triple G fights and overseas fights. Vada is the gold standard for testing, and without early Vada testing, many fighters would not have been caught with banned PEDs in their system. You need to check your #facts. And that's in response to this fan's comment. He said, at this point, Tom Loeffler is bad for boxing, trying to discredit Vada and putting the narrative that Vada is cheating. And see, Vada retweeted the story, where they had the interview with the reporter. And it says Alvarez, Golovkin, and the drug testing story that never should have been. This is a bad look because now you have fans coming for you, and you have Tom Loeffler who's now insisting on, oh, I never discredited Vada, right? And then he's also put this. Another fan came for him. He says, I don't care who canceled it. The only fact mentioned is that the test was canceled. Tom Loeffler never stated who canceled the test. It is all the idiots who jumped up with their asshole remarks and comments. So tired of the low intelligence of the average boxing fan. And then this is what Tom Loeffler says, which we're about to debunk. Stay tuned. Tom Loeffler responded to that fan. It says, to be clear, the Nevada State Athletic Commission canceled the test. Vada was the entity that informed us of the canceled test. Again, in no way was that meant to disparage Vada, as they have caught many boxers with illegal PEDs in their system. Vada was just the messenger of the canceled test. Once again, slow it down. I just dissed you, right? Now that's what he's saying. But if you look at what I reported, his words, right? He's saying, I never discredited Vada and this, that, and the third. Look, Tom Loeffler, he says, I didn't say Canelo canceled the test. Vada canceled. But was the first time a random test was ever canceled. This is what Tom Loeffler said. So look, new media, November 17, 2018, from Santa Monica, where Tom Loeffler lives, at 8:22 p.m. He says, so a fan says, what do you mean, Canelo, he has the power to cancel these tests? And this is what Tom Loeffler said. I didn't say Canelo canceled the last test. Vada canceled. So this is totally Team Golovkin's fudge. They fudged up because he says Vada canceled. And now, in fact, he's saying, let's go back to it. To be clear, Nevada State Athletic Commission, so NSAC, canceled the Vada test, right? And now he's saying, and sorry, I got to get to all these. I've never discredited Vada. Vada is the gold standard testing. You need to check your facts. But the fact remains, we have insisted on Vada, and now he said he's never discredited Vada. But he made it sound like something fishy was going on. And I know I think I just went over the other one. He just told you November 17th. I didn't say Canelo canceled the test. Vada canceled. You know, and this is the initial tweet that sparked all this. Jake, Vada scheduled a random test for Triple G a week after the fight. I made sure that Canelo was also going to be tested. Next day, the random test was canceled. Strange that it was scheduled, then canceled. Maybe Canelo was already in Mexico eating steak, celebrating his, quote, decision. So this is what kicked everything off, right? And then, again, he says, I didn't say Canelo canceled the last test. Vada canceled it. So his facts weren't accurate. He said Vada canceled it, but now, like I said, you go back up and he says he's never discredited Vada. We have insisted on Vada. And he's saying you need to check your facts. But how does this fan need to check his facts when he in fact said, I didn't say Canelo canceled, I said Vada canceled. But now he's not saying Vada canceled. He's saying that to be clear, Nevada State Commission canceled the test. Now he's saying Vada was the entity that informed us of the canceled test. Again, in no way was that meant to disparage Vada, but it actually did, because you made it sound like something sneaky was going on, something like Canelo was just out here cheating and stuff. And then when Vada comes back and responds, now you're cleaning it up, you know? So that's an L. He said Vada was just the messenger of the canceled test. But again, you have to be held accountable for what you put. You know, social media, and I think Twitter actually extended it so you can write more than 140 characters. So we could do a character counter, and I'm not going to do all that, but you guys can highlight this and do a character counter, and I guarantee you he had more characters where he could have typed more than this. And he says Vada canceled. And he said it was the first time a random test was ever canceled. So you can't backtrack now, you know, now that the facts are out, and it doesn't suit what you were saying. And then you're saying check your facts, but you were the one that put out the uninformed fact, you know, the fact that was not actually factual. So to me, you know, this is another I don't want to see Canelo versus Triple G immediately at all. I really don't. You know, especially for reasons like just little extra stuff like this. You know, they're trying so hard to get the Canelo fight that it's making them look bad, you know, so I'd rather see Danny Jacobs, who's now a champion, Golovkin's not, go through Jacobs, beat him again. If you beat him the first time, Triple G can beat him. That's a good fight. I think a fight with Charlo, which was ordered by the WBC, it's an awesome fight, big fight for Golovkin, and he'll get a lot of recognition if he could beat someone like that, young, hungry lion, lions only. But, you know, just the incessant chasing of Canelo, and, you know, it's just, to me, it turns me off from even wanting to see the trilogy straight away. You know, putting stuff out and like trying to make Canelo look like he's cheating. You know, like I said, to me, this is a big fat L for Team Golovkin. You know, there's no other nicer way to put it. You know, I'm not going to beat around the bush and sugarcoat it. It's a fat L, because all of these tweets earlier, and you guys can thank me, because I know I was one of the people, because I just go look at the video. The video got views. People were paying attention. They're like, oh, what the hell? You know, I got a lot of views in the first hour of that particular video. I was reading directly what he was saying. So as always, New Media, I give you both sides. That's why I'm doing this follow-up video, so you guys know the conclusion to this. So Tom Loeffler said this in response to this, you know, and this reporter contacted Vada directly. You know, so this effort to make Canelo, see, what I think, this is why it backfired to me. What I think is Tom Loeffler, everyone got a good payday, I'm sure. You know, Tom Loeffler, Abel, Triple G, career high paydays. So they want to get a third fight, you know, no biggie. That's, you know, who wouldn't want to get a lot of money? But they're trying to pick at it and get the fight, and they're trying to create almost a controversy that's not there, because to me, Golovkin clearly lost the second fight. First one, I think he won, you know, but the second fight, I think he lost. And they're trying to do kind of like Kovalev. It's just kind of like the first fight was controversial, so they're trying to make it look like the second fight had a bunch of low blows and dirty tactics to create something that's not there, you know. And Tom Loeffler, he went to social media and he tried to like smear, like a kind of like a smear campaign almost, and make it look like Canelo, something's fishy, like somebody got paid off, and you know, just read it, just read what he said. I made sure Canelo was going to be tested. Next day, the random test was canceled. Strange that it was a scheduled test, then canceled. Maybe Canelo was already in Mexico eating steak, celebrating his quote-unquote decision. So we know he got busted for eating tainted meat, right? That's what he's claiming. You know, whether it's true or not, that's what he's saying. So Tom Loeffler is clearly being suggestive here. He's insinuating. You know, there's like, people want to play semantics, like, oh, he didn't actually say Canelo. We're not playing. It's just like, if you're from the hood, there's snitching and there's dry snitching, and they both can lead to the same outcomes. You know, if I want to dry snitch on someone and they're like, oh, we're responding to drug dealing activity and gunshots rang out. Do you know what house it is? And you know who's responsible? Oh, no, I don't know what's responsible, but, you know, I would check that house, that blue house over there. Now, I didn't actually give them their name and government and birth date and social, but it's the same thing. It's still dry snitching. It's still, oh, yeah, check that blue house. I don't know, maybe check that blue house, you know? And that's what he's doing here. You're insinuating that something fishy is going on, and, you know, there's some secret society. So Canelo, on top of his DAZN deal, getting a lot of money and beating Golovkin and having Golovkin's belts and moving on, it's like Team Triple G's doing a lot of chasing, and they caught another L in the process trying to create this controversy. Like I said, anytime you have to backtrack from what you were saying, he's making like, oh, I never said Vada canceled the test. I have never discredited Vada. We have insisted on Vada. Vada's the gold standard. So now you're bigging up Vada, but then these earlier tweets, you know, when I make a video and other people pick up on the story, then you made it sound like Vada was in on it, and that's what fans were saying. They were saying, we knew it. Canelo paid the judges the first fight, now he's paying Vada, and it was dirtying up Canelo's name. So now you have to exonerate Canelo. He says Vada canceled, which is not what he's saying currently after this article came out. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Make sure you smash the like button as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is easy. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button. And you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.